Guys, it's Sodomy Month. Yup, today is the first day of Sodomy Month, a month-long holiday instituted by the Globo-Homo regime to celebrate men pooping on each other. Like that, do you understand it's literally what we're celebrating? We're literally celebrating two men, and then one guy, he poopies on the other guy. He poopied on them. The pooping on the So it's the first day of Pride Month. And for those of you that don't know what Pride Month is a holiday where we celebrate the LGBTQ community. And typically during Pride Month, every conservative content creator goes crazy. They talk about how bad the LGBTQ woke mob is. They tell you to boycott all these companies. They never actually take issue with LGBTQ people themselves. It's just pushing it on children. That's the most that they'll say about it. But you know, that's the whole role of the conservative Republican Party, is they just convince the American people that there is actually some kind of pushback against the regime, when in reality they're a part of the regime. But they actually convince people though that boycotting the economy and doing all this stupid stuff will somehow actually work to stop the woke mob. You know, they have this whole adage, go woke, go broke. And it's basically trying to say that, you know, when you look at all these companies like Disney and all these other companies, when they push this woke LGBTQ propaganda, they typically lose a bunch of money, right? They go broke. And like, while it's kind of true that, yeah, they do go broke on these movies, it just kind of shows how stupid most Republicans are. Like, they don't actually care that this woke stuff is wrong. They only care that it's unpopular, right? And that most people won't pay to watch a movie that's woke. But like, what are they gonna do when being woke is popular? Are they gonna support it all of a sudden? It's like there needs to be a higher standard than just democratic vote, you know? But regardless of how stupid the Republican Party is, this whole thing about go woke, go broke isn't even true. I mean, like, yeah, it's true. The most recent Star Wars lost a bunch of money because they're woke. And, you know, pretty much every movie that pushes the woke agenda loses money, right? Loses millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, right? It's true in that aspect. But do you ever see them stop pushing the woke agenda? Like, if it was really just about the immediate income which they receive from this movie for pushing the woke agenda, if it was really all just about money, they would have stopped a long time ago. If boycotting was actually an effective strategy to stop the woke agenda, they would have already stopped. They lose hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars every year trying to push this stuff on you. If they cared about the money, they would have already stopped it. Clearly, there is an ulterior motive to why they're doing these things. And that ulterior motive is to get rid of morality, to destroy morality. The people in charge want a populace that does not care about morality. See, someone who cares about morality, they're not going to pay for an OnlyFans girls page. Someone who cares about morality isn't gonna buy drugs. They're not gonna do drugs. So basically, people believing in morality makes these companies lose money because they can't sell anything to the public. They can only sell things that fit within the moral framework of the public. So if they can get rid of morality, they can sell you anything. If they can get rid of the stigma behind something like being a meth addict, they can just openly sell meth on the streets and no one will care. Openly sell it in stores, no one will care. If they can get rid of the stigma behind prostitution, they can sell you prostitutes and no one will care. And if they can get rid of the stigma behind pedophilia, they can sell you child and no one will care. But even deeper than that, someone who doesn't have morality is gonna get addicted to all these illicit substances. They're gonna get addicted to meth. They're gonna get addicted to crack. They're gonna get addicted to and touching themselves. And anyone who's known a meth addict knows that meth addicts, people who are addicted to drugs, will do anything to get their fix, right? They'll steal from you. They'll lie to you. When you go away from your house, they'll break into your house and steal all the copper pipes and copper wiring in your house. They'll do anything. So if you have a whole populace that's addicted to stuff, they'll do anything you say to get their fix because they're enslaved to the vice, mentally enslaved to their vices. And whoever owns the vices owns the slaves. Now, some people might say, how does this whole LGBTQ thing play into it? I mean, is it really that bad for two men or two women to love each other? Well, listen, I won't get into whether or not being gay is immoral or if it's fine or whatever, because last time I got into that, I got banned on YouTube for a month. But think about it like this, right? Back in 2010, I remember on the news as a kid, there was this whole controversy about gay marriage. Should the United States legalize gay marriage? And even liberal Obama was talking about how he would never vote for gay marriage. He would never allow it to happen. Marriage is only between a man and a woman. See, so back then, people being gay, just being gay, there was a little bit of stigma, but they'd say, well, is it really that bad? And getting married as a gay couple was unthinkable. But then they normalized gay marriage, and now most people just think, well, being gay and getting married isn't that bad. But what's unthinkable is this, pushing gender ideology on children and transsexual drag queen story hour. So what happens when they normalize drag queen story hour? Then most people are going to be like, well, it's not my cup of tea, but I mean, if they want to do it, they want to do it. And the next most unthinkable thing is going to be pedophilia. See, by progressively normalizing things that used to be taboo or are taboo right now, they open the gateway for things that are even more taboo and more unthinkable to become a little bit more reasonable and a little bit less taboo. And eventually those things will just become normal. So listen, it might be a good thing to boycott these companies. I mean, I don't know how you're going to even boycott these companies. They're billion-dollar corporations that are international. If you want to boycott all these companies supporting Pride Month, you're going to have to boycott literally everything. You're going to have to shut off your electricity. You're going to have to stop buying gas, stop driving your car. Even if we do boycott it, that's not going to solve the problem. There needs to be a deeper spiritual transformation of this country. What's going on here is a moral question, a moral crisis, a religious crisis. America is going through a crisis of faith right now. And so if we don't take a religious and moral position, if we just keep relying on the crutch of fiscally conservative, culturally homo, we're not going to turn things around. America's just going to keep riding around the drain till it falls in directly to hell, literally. People hate on me for being too religious. A lot of people in this sphere who are, politically conservative like me, they hate on me because I'm constantly getting down people's throats on religion. But if we don't get down people's throats on religion, on Jesus Christ, then your kids are going to be getting in public school. So anyways, that's all. Thanks for watching. And wake up, sheeple!